athletic. I'm jumping for my dreams. I'm super magnetic, bring the championship to me. Super with exclusives, hit the link and you can see what it takes to be a top athlete. Coast to coast we going, so to come up you can see. From the court to the field to the track we can meet. Everything exclusive, straight behind the scenes. This the athlete. Athletic. I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic. I'm jumping for my dreams. Now let's talk about the athlete. The path is like a track meet. Distractions in the crowd, you gotta master that within thee. Passion in the how, you put it down, then we'll see the difference between the others and the athlete. You must subscribe to Focus, click the link and notice. All the flyers culture, all in sports you know it. We always thinking forward to the biggest moment. Welcome to the show, it's the athlete. I'm jumping for my dreams.
It's the 2019 high school football season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new season of The Athlete. I'm Craig Harden, alongside my partner. No, it's not Jose Winston, but he did play with Jose back in the 90s at Milwaukee. Vincent, Tyrone Rome, three-sport athlete here at the V House. Now you're back on the other side calling the games with myself for this football season. Rome, when you played here many years ago, this field was not here in existence.
Hey, listen, what can I say? First of all, I want to congratulate Vincent High School. This is so phenomenal. This is so important. And I don't even know if these guys understand this field they own. So I'm excited to see how fast they're going to be.
Right.
Field like this, when you get turf like this, you're a little faster. So when you see city teams play, you're going to see a little bit more speed on this field. I'm just excited. We got a great scoreboard. We got some fans out here. We got a press box. It's going to be a great day today. I think you're going to see a really good football game.
Our first high school game, we got St. Francis taking on Milwaukee. Vincent. These two teams met last year, and if we revisit that score, St. Francis gave Vincent a 49-0 win. Vincent has a lot at stake right now. They're at home, breaking in a new stadium. Yes, those guys going to kind of revenge that loss from last year.
Yeah, and talking with the coach, coach said, hey, he got some really up-and-comers. So he's kind of excited to see who's going to emerge, who's going to do great on defense, who's going to do great on offense. But he did say, hey, Ron, I got a number 7 out there, so you should be looking for him. So I'm excited to see number 7 on both sides of the ball. His goal, his goal is to have 200 tackles this year.
Wow.
So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. And talking with St. Francis coach, one of the things he said, Ron, even though we beat them 49-0, that number 7 had 18 tackles. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
High school football kicked off yesterday, Thursday night, for high school football. Today, all games around the Milwaukee County and in Wisconsin will kick off football at 7 o'clock. High school football is back here. And later on at halftime, we will try to get an interview with new MPS Commissioner Bobby Kelsey, former WNBA LA Sparks assistant coach. Also, a lot of Wisconsin folks we might remember. She was the University of Wisconsin women's head basketball coach. Craig Harden, Tyrone Rome, and we have people behind the scene that make this happen. We have to give a shout out to Ozell Starks. He's the guy that's going to direct it. Also, our man makes everything possible, Sean Steenbridge. Without him, this would be no telecast. So coming up now, about 5 minutes before kickoff, Milwaukee Vincent takes on St. Francis as the high school football kicks off. We'll be back. In their traditional maroon, is that maroon and what is that?
Maroon and gold.
Gold color. The gold looks a little like champagne gold.
Yeah,
they're playing a little bit.
They got this number 7. He's kicking off the ball, and he's just an athlete. Coach got him down as an athlete.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith. He's kicking the ball off.
Back to receive for St. Francis is number 1. That's Nate Fraction. And also can't see the number from the far guy, but Nate Fraction was a guy that I talked to Coach. He's a running back. He's a senior. He's 5'9", 160. And Vikings kicks it off. Ball will roll. Number 4, number 1. That's Nate. Nate gets it, makes some moves. Yep. Finally taken down at the 30-yard line, and here comes the St. Francis offense hitting the field.
While we're watching St. Francis, Coach told me to us to take a look at 75. 75, one of the old linemen. He said is really good, but he said he's just small, but he's got great technique. And he said look for number 2 as well. So I'm excited to see what number 2 brings to the table. He says really quick. Remind him of one of the guys who actually used to go to Vincent. So we'll see. They do a lot of jet and fly sweeps.
16 France for St. Francis, the
Number
quarterback.
1.
Carden Ellison hands it off to number 1, Nate. Nate gets about 2 yards. It's taken down on the 34-yard line.
Out to around the 35.
Nothing new. Coach said they'll do some ground and pound still, and they'll spread them out. So right now they got them spread them out. Spread.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Ellison kicks it to number 2. That's Ismail Bastardo.
Oh,
He breaks one free. He has room. Finally taken down at the 41-yard line by number 6 for Milwaukee Vincent, and that is doesn't have a number on here.
Inside Vincent territory.
Number 6 is Damon Daniels.
Yes, Damon Daniels. That's Vincent. Great run. Got the first down. Number 2, Coach told me to watch out for him. Coach told me to put on some extra 2 pounds this offseason.
Bus hiked. Man is still on his feet. Ellison's finally taken down. Quarterback keeper from number 16. That goes to Carter Ellison.
Coach told me this is his first game ever starting varsity.
Ever.
Yeah. He's a sophomore this year, Coach said. He's excited to see exactly what he's going to do. He said he's pretty excited about this game today and his first start.
He's a 5'9" sophomore. Well, offsides penalty to be on Milwaukee Vincent. Jumping to snap number 71 for the Vikings. That will be Avantes Ross. He's a 6'1" senior, 250 defensive lineman.
Yep.
5-yard penalty marked off against Vincent. So the ball is
5 yards.
32.
They got one yard to gain for the first down.
And as a keeper, Vincent gets behind the line. Number 7, like you said, there goes 7 again.
There goes 7.
And that is Devontae Smith. He's listed on here as just an athlete, 6'1", 220, and he's a senior.
Just get used to saying his name. Devontae Smith. Get used to saying his name. He's a headhunter. He's ready to get to the ball. It's 3rd down. 4 yards to go. Screen.
They get it to 7, and he's taken down right away by Isaiah Burke, 6'2". He's a senior, 172-pound senior.
Let's see. Are they going to punt or are they going to go for it here? Yep. I think they remember the score from last year, and they're going to go for it.
4th down. This is why I play John Madden for moments just like this, Mr. Ron. I go for it every time. Listen, misses number 3, which would have been a first down. Nate Jarrison could not make the catch. He's a 6'2" wide receiver. Vince takes the ball off over, turnover on downs. Now let's see the Milwaukee Vincent offense as the crowd rises to their feet. This new stadium and these people want to see some good action right now. They remember that score when it was in St. Francis. Vikings have revenge on their mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, they do. Great defensive possession from the Vikings right then and there. So we'll see. Last year they had a donut. They had no points. So let's see what they got cooked up this year and what they're going to do.
The quarterback, he's a senior, Joe Marshall, 5'9" senior, 170 pounds. He'll be called. He's the play signal caller for Milwaukee Vincent for Shane Covington.
They got them spread out. No running backs in the backfield. Oh.
Number 20
Just
goes in
back.
motion. That is
Whistle before the play can go. There's the flag.
Kenny Payne. We have an offsides on Milwaukee Vincent, 5 yards. So their first play of the 2019 season on offense will be a penalty.
Yes, sir, will be a penalty. That's one thing I think Vincent has to watch out for this year is just kind of the penalties. Not so many to get themselves an opportunity to score. This hurts you right away. You got first and 15 now.
Second play for Milwaukee Vincent.
Offsides again on Vincent. False start on Vincent again. Taking it back another 5. Again, hard to start off, Craig, and 1st and 20. Got 1st and 20.
I mean, this is first real action for both teams. Last week they had a scrimmage, but it's a lot different when you have another team up there and everything's on the marble. You got your real uniforms on. And you break it in a new stadium. So 2 plays that Sean Covington is probably going to talk to his team about is not getting those offsides. They're a little bit nervous probably. They're jumping the count, a little jittery, so maybe the coach can talk to the players about just calm down your nerves, get that first play. And in football, unlike basketball, you really don't feel the game until you get that first hit.
Yeah,
so that
absolutely.
first contact, that brings you like, okay, now this is real.
Like I said, we're back in it. So luckily, some of these guys were on defense. So, you know, they got their first hit in. They didn't touch somebody. Offensive line, most of the guys out there I don't think have been on offense yet. Hasn't touched anybody yet. So Shane called a timeout. Great timeout from coach. 2 plays, 2 penalties back, 1st and 20. He called a timeout to simmer his players down and kind of get them ready. So this next play here, we should at least get a snap here.
9 minutes still remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Milwaukee Vincent on the 25-yard line, trying to get a first play off without getting an offsides, and they jumped again. I guess that comes in 3s.
Good call on that. I think they come in 3. Again, hard to start. 1st and 25 we got now. 1st and 25.
So that's just to keep the Vikings keep shooting themselves in the foot. This is one of those moments with the players coming off the field. We'll try this one more time. Quarterback behind is Joe Marshall. He's trying to get the first play for Milwaukee Vincent without getting offsides. There we go. First snap, botch, picked up by number 20. That's Kenny Payne. He's a no snap, but he was at least able to get a couple yards on that play.
Yeah, good. It was a low snap. Ball was dropped. He picked the ball up and still got some good yards off that. Great job. Getting the ball up.
Second down, 25 yards to go. Ball on the 26-yard line.
St. Francis right now is in a 3-5. Coach said they run a lot of cover 2. It looks like they're in it. Vincent said they spread the ball out and do a little option.
Marshall barking out calls. He gets the snap clean that time. Rolls to the left. Eyes up. Trying to keep the ball. Quarterback keep nothing to the left. He goes back right. Taken down. Tackled by St. Francis, number 10, and that is Kyle Quebec, a 6'1 linebacker.
On the tackle. Great tackle. Scramble with the quarterback. Got to keep his eyes downfield till some guys getting open. Got to try the best to stay in the pocket unless it's a rollout.
4th down. They got 7 on that ball. It says 18 yards to go before the first down. Third down, actually.
Third down.
Third down. Correction.
Third down. I'm wondering if they're going to turn the lights on here at the field.
I think pretty soon they are.
Sun's going down here on a beautiful Friday night for Friday Night High School football. Kicking off the MPS High School 2019 season. Marshall behind on the snap. High snap, who's able to control it. Sees nothing. He's going to run up the middle. Taken down at the 35-yard line.
Yes, sir, at the 35. Good run. It's 4th down now. Vincent will punt. Good call on the punt.
So first offensive sessions for the Milwaukee Vikings wasn't the best, but also this is something they can kind of build on right now. Defense held the first series. Now we can see the second series. The defense can come back and do the same thing as you see side of the crowd. Back to punt for the Vikings. I want to say is that Devontae Smith. And he does get the ball off, 20-yard punt. St. Francis, number 33, is going to try to pick it up. That is 33. Mr. Duncan, 6'2", defensive back.
Devontae Smith on the punt.
I don't think Coach liked St. Francis' first possession, so I think he kind of switched things up this possession here. I know he wanted a lot more yards and get a couple first downs and not just one. And defense, Vincent definitely wants 1, 2, 3 and out. So we'll see if the defense or the offense prevails on this play here.
Here's St. Francis quarterback Ellison. Carter making his first career high school start on the road. He fakes the handoff, kind of a bootleg, finds number
2, wide open, is going down the sideline.
Ismail Bastor.
35.
Nice catch right there by Ismail Bastor, picking up 20 yards for the first down.
Great call on that. Roll the quarterback out. Slid 2 right out there from the backfield. Looks like they're on the 33-yard line.
First down. Carter at the line of scrimmage. Looking over defense. Inside handoff to number 20. Ball goes to Eric Borowski. He's taken down. A couple of yards, a gain of 2 yards. Besides that one play, Vincent defense has been pretty solid so far here in the first half. 6:51 remaining, first half at Milwaukee Vincent Stadium as St. Francis take on the Milwaukee Vincent Vikings.
Now they spread them out. They're in spread. No jet sweep from St. Francis, which they're good at. They're known for their jet sweeps and their flies.
Ismail's taken down after getting a good game on that one right there. Ismail Basto is a 5'9" running back. He's also a senior. So a lot of these guys played in that game last year as they took on Milwaukee Vincent at St. Francis. So these guys remember how easy it was. But the story's a little bit different now when you're on the road, first game of the season.
Yes, sir. The story's definitely different. They got them spread out again. Quarterback keeper.
Out the middle, no gain there. Vikings were there to get the stop.
Crowd seems to be getting into it. Fourth down, they're going for it in their territory, in St. Francis territory. Looks like they're on the 27. Looks like they got 4 yards to go. 4th and 4. Fly. Oh, almost stopped. Looks like there to be 4th down. Look like Vincent will be. Look like it'll be Vincent's ball. Great defense on that. Vincent bringing their offense back out. We're hoping here, the first play, that they can get off without a hiccup, without an offside. Look like Vincent will be first down, 1st and 25.
Vincent takes over at the 25.
Run. St. Francis is all over it. No gain on the play. No gain. Looked like Vincent lost a yard.
Number 20 for Vincent on the carry. It'll be Kenny Payne stopped for a loss of 1 yard.
Loss of 1. Look like Vincent will have the ball on the 24. Vincent got him spread out. Spread quarterback run. Looks like he's going down. He looks like he could be open.
I see a flag on the play. That penalty will be, that play will be coming back. I think there'll be a holding on the play, but that is a great sign for Milwaukee Vincent if they can get over that penalty. But that was a great run.
Great run by the QB.
By Joe Marshall. Let's see what the penalty will be. There was a flag on the field.
Bringing it back. They're bringing that back. Yep. Looks like a holding on that play. If not a holding, that was a 40-yard run.
And the yardage is coming back.
So the play will be neglected with a holding call from Milwaukee Vincent. I mean, besides the holding call, the beautiful play, beautiful scheme, now the Vikings just got to get over the penalties. Right now they're shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, holding, offsides. So this is the mental side where the Vikings got to kind of step the game up and make this a great game, because right now, 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, 0-0 score. It can go either way.
Yeah, this is the most important part right now. Most important part right now when you get the plan is just being fundamental sound. So them having an opportunity now to just calm down, calm their nerves down. It's the first game.
Marshall scrambles, has
Number
7 is open again. That's Devontae Smith. He's trying to make a coverage miss. No penalty on the play right there. Positive game for the Vikings. And I'm starting to see what you're talking about, Ron, when they said watch number 7, Devontae Smith. We didn't know his name before the game, but by the time this game's over, we're going to recognize Devontae Smith.
We're definitely going to know it. Quarterback rollout, kept his eyes downfield, which was awesome, and found the open guy.
How big is this, you think, Ron, for Milwaukee Vincent to get on the board first, to score the first touchdown in your new stadium against a team that had your number last year? How big is this?
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, once you score, you get a little bit more confidence. When you score, you be like, okay, now we can score on this team. Now we can beat this team. So just getting those yards right there, you're feeling really good. Last year, they had under 100 yards.
Marshall finds 15. He's trying to make something happen. Mikael Jenkins makes a guy miss before being taken down at the 25-yard line. Great positive pass by the Vikings.
Those two plays just got Vincent very excited, very confident in offense, but it looks like it's a flag on
the play. Late flag came in.
Late flag, holding on Vincent.
We do have a penalty flag.
That will be coming back. But if you're the Vikings, you can see this offense. You can move the ball on this St. Francis defense. You just got to be smart, not get holding calls, and not get off. I mean, when you're on offense, don't get offsides calls. So the Vikings, you have to be positive in a negative situation like this.
Yeah, just got to take your time. Just got to take your time and be a little patient with yourself. Call the plays. Give the guys. Shane has some athletes out there, so give an opportunity to let them be athletes. Get the ball up to them. Give the ball to the running back.
Joe Marshall's under snap. He's in the shotgun formation. Calls it. Hands it off to number 20. That's Kenny Payne. Payne's taken down just a couple yards from the original play that was brought back because of holding.
That's about a 20-yard run. Great run by number 20. Great blocking up front. Listen, the running back, only time a running back can see holes like that, man, if he got some good blocking. So great job from the offense. The offensive line from Vincent.
An 18-yard gain.
It was a hole. He seen it,
first down,
and he took it.
On the Payne run.
Now we got trips on the right side by Vincent. We got Vincent quarterback in the shotgun.
Marshall in the shotgun formation, 3 to the right. St. Francis. Marshall hands it off to Payne. Payne making spin moves. Another spin move. Finally, St. Francis gang tackle him at the about the 35-yard line.
25.
No, about 29-yard line.
That's great yards. If every play you can get 4 yards,
3-yard gain by Kenny Payne.
By the third play, you can definitely get a first down. So that's absolutely a positive sign. So now we got trips on the right side, and we got twins on the left side. So we got an empty backfield right now. So we see if coach keep it this way. The last play they ran like this, Craig, the quarterback ran it. They spread them out for a quarterback run. Let's see if they do the same thing here.
Marshall calling snap. He
drops
back. He sees his man open up. He's going to hold it. He's running around. He might have to either throw the ball away or run. A jump pass to almost one-handed catch by Markel Thomas. Wow. From one quarterback, and Markel Thomas is a quarterback on the depth sheet, couldn't come up with a spectacular one-hand catch.
What is Markel? Is he a sophomore?
Markel is yes.
Sophomore.
6'2", 175. They had listed as a quarterback, but he also plays a little wide receiver.
Yes, sir. And just to give you a little intake on that guy, man, he used to be one of my students. So it's really good to see that young man out here doing his thing. He's a pretty big kid. I pray that he keep playing and keep playing hard.
All right.
Right now we got the running back in the backfield. Like might be an option. Quarterback sneak.
Marshall makes the guy miss. And then here comes the St. Francis tacklers. They gang tackle, and that's what you want with your defense. You want all 11 guys going to the ball, and they do a great job of corralling him to bring him down.
Yeah, you definitely want gang tackling. When you can get all guys running to a ball, you know defensively what they've been working on all summer. Coach did tell me this year he had 35 kids in the weight room, and they have a small team right now. They dress about 36. So he said to have 35 guys in the weight room all summer running and working hard, man. It looked like it's paying off.
All right, Marshall, hands off to number 20. That's Payne. Payne slips on. He gets to the end zone. He's come up a little short. Kicked out of bounds, probably at the 1-yard line. Great run by Kenny Payne.
Great run. Looks like the referee said he stepped out. They put him on the 3-yard line.
3-yard line.
But it looks like we have a flag down. Looks like we have a yellow buddy down there. On Vincent, we got holding, bringing him back.
You kind of, first game for any high school, even college, NFL, it's going to be a kind of a sloppy game. This is the type of things you can correct. You go back, you watch the tape. So listen, fellas, we're doing great things, but we got to clean up the small things, and it's got to be the holding. It got to be the offsides. Those are mental things that we can definitely get better at. But you see the holes that's being created by the Vikings, so that's definitely a positive.
Yes, sir, and we got 4th down here. We got 4th down and 11.
Snap is
Marshall
dropped by the
quarterback.
He's either trying to make some move. Marshall, and he's going to be taken down, and there'll be a turnover on down. St. Francis will take over on turnover on down, and here comes Carter Ellison's
offense. Yes, sir.
Low score, tough defensive game right here in the first quarter. Neither team is able to get in the end zone as the first quarter is winding down. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter at Vincent Stadium. You're watching the Athlete Network live streaming network. Craig Harden on the call with my partner Tyrone Roan, former Milwaukee Vincent great, and just a former great guy in general. Just a great guy all around. But we're happy to have you here in the booth.
Hey man, excited to be here. Look like a screenplay. Vincent looks like they're all over it.
And as you would say, gang tackler, but the first guy to the ball was who? That number 7 guy, Devontae Smith, showing us football players are football players. Like, you can tell who's a football player. This Devontae Smith kid, he's both sides of the ball, whether it's offense or defense, he's always around the football.
He definitely has a nose for the ball. I feel like he knows where the play is going, and he's there every single time.
First down. No, it'll be second down.
Second down and absolutely long. Looked like they went for
handoff. Handoff to number 20 by St. Francis. That was Arabowski. He was almost mugged by the Viking defender. And that will end our first quarter here at Viking Stadium with Milwaukee Vincent 0 and St. Francis 0. We're going to be back right after this commercial.
Action. Second quarter started. St. Francis. Spread. Throw. Great throw.
And that's a completed pass
A slant pass.
to number 7.
Yep, to number 7. Isaiah Burke. Looked like he got about 10 yards on that. Timeout, St. Francis. I think they want to talk about this. It's 4th down. They're on Vincent's side, on Vincent 25. They got 15 yards to go. My suggestion would absolutely be to punt this ball because you're in Vincent territory. They haven't converted yet on 4th down. And so I will punt this ball. But when you win 49-0 last year,
Right.
I don't know how much you respect the other team.
That is exactly right. I'm assuming both teams is playing great game plan so far. Tight game for both teams. For the Vikings, it's just been cleaning up some errors, some offsides, some mental mistakes have had the Vikings. Probably cost them a touchdown here in that first quarter.
Absolutely.
But this is something that the coaching staff can talk to the players, get those guys to calm down. First quarter jitters is over it. Now both teams can probably kind of settle in, and we'll see some great football for the rest of the way out.
I think so too. Is it 4th down?
It says 4th down and 15.
Fourth down and 15. Now the quarterback can still kick this ball. Yep. Good call. Great call, Coach. Great call by St. Francis. Got a great quarterback. Quarterback can also punt the ball.
That ball would be taken down about the 25-yard line as the Vikings would take over the offense.
So we'll see this second half here. Some of the things that work for Vincent, giving it to number 20.
Number 20 is, number 20, that's a Kenny Payne.
Kenny Payne.
He's a junior.
He's been running really well. Giving it to Kenny Payne, letting the quarterback also roll out and look for some guys when they're open down the field. So those two things have absolutely worked so far this first half of Vincent. So we'll see what they come out with.
All right, Vincent has to go 75 yards if they want to get their first touchdown of the season.
Vincent a bunch right now on the right side. Let's see.
Marshall.
Yep.
Hands it to Payne.
To Payne. Payne hit that sideline.
And he's taken down by the St. Francis defender. That is number 21 for St. Francis. And that is Pat Haas. He's a 5'9" junior defensive back.
And speaking about 21, who is that? You say Pat?
That 21, that is Pat Hauser.
Pat Hauser. Coach told me this guy can jump out the gym.
He's only 5'9", so.
I know. Coach said he's a little guy, but he can jump really high. So I'm excited to see Vincent throw it up to one of their big guys and see what 21 can do.
Marshall. Maybe they got St. Francis to jump offside?
Nope.
On the Vikings?
I think
Offsides on the Vincent?
Offsides, yep. False start on the Vikings. It looked like St. Francis was going to blitz. I think one of the linemen got a little nervous to try to get back in his stance to hurry up. He's seen that blitz coming, and he kind of rocked back a little bit. Ref seen it. False start Vincent. Right now it's 2nd and 6.
Little movement by the St. Francis defense. Marshall takes a direct snap. He's going to go to corner, try to turn it. Get about 4 yards before taken down by St. Francis, number 33 for St. Francis, and that is Mr. Duncan with the 6'2" defensive back senior with the takedown.
And it looks like, Craig, that was a call. I don't think looked like he was running for his life. I think that was the play.
That was a direct, so quarterback keeper kind of?
Quarterback keeper to the right, yes, sir. So right now we got Vincent stacking on both sides. Look like they got twins on both sides.
We have a 3rd and 2.
3rd down, 2 yards to go for the first down for the Vikings. Marshall in the snap, across it, looks back to pass. No one's there. He wants to run. He got to tuck that ball because the defender from behind was in pursuit, and that was number 10 for St. Francis, Kyle Kabelke.
Let's see where they spot this ball at, because it looks like he had the first down. It's 1st down, Vincent.
Enough for the first down, so they'll move the chain.
Very close to a 1st down. They're just inside the 36.
Are they going to bring the chains out?
Yeah,
they are going to bring the chain out. I think
No, it's 1st down. Like we're moving it. We're going to move
those
chains
the chain.
down.
1st down. 1st down by about a half a foot. And that carry, 1st and 10 at the 36 for Vincent.
That's a great look this first half. They actually got a 1st down.
Marshall back to back going deep. This is one of those big receivers. Marshall overthrows Devontae Smith as he goes down deep. But you have to like that, Ron. If if you're Vincent, you're not going to just always run the ball. You want to keep St. Francis honest by taking those deep shots. So now those second-tier guys at defensive back, they can't crowd the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You want to give St. Francis another look. And then again, you got your athlete out there. Mr. Smith is what I call him. Mr. Smith. They threw it up to him. That 21, who I told you about, I was excited to see him go against someone. It was over Smith's head. But we're excited to see this next play.
Oh, yeah, Pat Haas. That's St. Francis.
Right.
Marshall.
We got rollout. Quarterback keeper. Good run.
And there's your guy right there, 21 for St. Francis. Pat Hauser
Great
is
tackle.
in on the tackle, and that was a textbook tackle right there. I feel like when you watch high school football, the quarterback it does so much from carrying the ball, from throwing the ball. They're on every snap. But it's plays like that where quarterbacks either, if it's a pass play, it usually breaks down 50% of the time in high school football, so the quarterback runs. So they have so much contact. And the lights just came on here at Viking Stadium.
Look like they're coming on, yes, sir. Well, I think those plays like that, quarterback has an opportunity to either throw the ball or run the ball. And right there, I thought he chose to run. Right here, we got a good
Marshall's back.
pass here.
Looking,
run.
deep, maybe a little bit too deep, but you have to love Joe Marshall right there. He stepped into that throw. Stepped right into a huge defender for St. Francis, number 76 for St. Francis, and that's Seth Langinger. He's 6'3", 300 pounds, and he took a hit making that pass.
And he definitely took that hit, and he definitely stepped into it. Receivers got to keep running. That receiver was not running. He slowed down to see if he was going to throw it. You got to keep running, give that quarterback an opportunity to get you the ball.
4th down and 9 to go. Smith's in for the punt. He's your athlete, so if you're St. Francis, you got to be aware of a keeper. Only 8 yards to go. Where he's at now is probably about a 15-yard because he's so far back for the punt.
Yeah.
Back to receiver kick is up, and that'll go out of bounds, probably around the 40-yard line. Ball will be taken over by St. Francis.
Yeah, it looked like they right at the 50, right at midfield here.
As we're out of bounds up in the air.
Not the kick you want.
We're gonna call it 12.
But they have an opportunity to play some good defense here. So we got our athlete, like you said, Mr. Smith, with that punt. He got an opportunity to redeem himself after that kick right there, which was probably a 10-yard kick.
Here comes St. Francis offense.
It looked like we got a guy.
New quarterback
Keeper.
He was taken down.
Mr. Smith on another tackle up the middle.
That was number 2 on the carry.
I think that was a new quarterback came in. That was for St. Francis, number 2, and that was Ismail Bastardo. He also is the receiver, and now their regular quarterback, Carter Ellison, comes back in to go take over the offense.
Coach said he might put Ishmael back there to get the ball and run a little bit from the QB spot.
Ellison, ball tip, almost intercepted by Milwaukee Vincent. Number 8, Terrion Mathis had an opportunity. If he would have caught that, he had nothing but green in front of him. Could have been green. Pick 6 right there.
He's going to be thinking about that all night. Hopefully he can, one of the things they told us as a DB is to have a short memory. You might get beat sometimes. You might drop some balls. You can't think about it. You just got to move on to the next play. So if he can move on to this next play, he can get another pick because they finna throw. Somebody's wide open, though.
Ellison with a duck pass. Oh. That's picked off by number 7, Devontae Smith. An interception, first of the season for the Vikings. And just to kind of piggyback off what you just said, I'm also told that's why defensive backs are not wide receivers.
Absolutely.
They can't catch the ball, so they got to go. But right there, Mr. Devontae Smith shows us D-backs can also catch the rock as we get a close-up of him on that interception, first of the season for the Milwaukee Vincent.
Great interception. Quarterback got that ball off a little late because number 2, what's his name again?
Number 2 for Ismail of St. Francis. Ismail.
He was wide open. He was wide open early. He got it to him late, which gave Mr. Smith an opportunity to get back there to guard him. So great defense, good offense, but better defense on that one.
Still scoreless here at Milwaukee Vincent Stadium. 0-0 St. Francis taking on the Vincent Vikings of the Milwaukee City Conference. Back the throw is Marshall. He finds Mr. Smith, touches his fingertips and could not bring it in. That would have had the crowd off their feet. And it would have been the first touchdown for the Milwaukee Vincents in their nice new stadium.
Great look by the QB. Great pass. Fingertips, just right off the fingertips. All I will say is, Craig, have you seen number 7 out the game yet?
No. I'm talking about special teams, offense, and defense.
He has been in
a workhorse.
This whole game, and he's absolutely a workhorse. Whoever's going to get this kid is getting a kid that works really hard.
Special kid right there. Marshall in the shotgun.
We got Trips bunch right.
It's back. Here comes the rush of St. Francis. Marshall's able to elude it. He has some open space. One man to beat, kind of stiff arms him, and he goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. About 8 yards on that drive.
That was a really good scramble by the QB. He kept his eyes downfield. He seen some room to run, and he ran it great yards on that. We have 3rd and 3 now. This is really good. Now you can play with this. When you got 3rd and 3, you can do anything you like. You can run the ball. You can do a quarterback option where you look for a pass, give the quarterback an opportunity to run if you see something open. So when you short like this on 3rd and 3, you just got an opportunity now to kind of do anything you want.
3rd down.
3rd down. Marshall in the shotgun.
Looks like St. Francis is coming defensively, blitzing. Yep, they're blitzing.
He's going to keep it, go up the middle, and he's met by a few defenders.
Looks like he got that 1st down on that. Great call.
Number 1 carrying the ball again. So Marshall, the quarterback. It's going to be a close call. The ball's going out to the 49.
That will be 1st down for the Vikings. If they can put something together in this drive, 7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining here in the first half of opening night of high school football. Milwaukee Vincent taking on St. Francis. And we have a close game here. Neither team is able to get on the scoreboard so far.
Not yet. We got a referee timeout right now. One of the guys' shoes came unloose.
We got a timeout on the field by the referee, so not a team timeout.
We got 7 minutes left. Craig, lights finna come on. It's finna get a little different out here.
It's the Friday night lights.
Friday night lights, yes, sir.
College football kicks off tomorrow. A lot of big games on your ABC and ESPN network. Marshall.
We got 1st and 10. He's looking for a pass, screen.
Gets it out. And number 11 for Vincent, that is Cavassier Smith. He cannot hold on to that ball, so that'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line.
That receiver has to be careful on that, Craig, because if he gets anywhere behind that quarterback, that's a free ball.
Oh, so where he lined up, right? Absolutely. And now we have a penalty on the Vikings. That's going to be
encroachment on the sideline. So he's trying to back the players up. Usually,
you get a warning first.
Most of the time, you get a warning.
So
he's talking about the coach. It's the coach.
That's Shane Covington for the Milwaukee Vikings, 2nd-year man, coaching the Vikings, and
I guess it was a warning. It was a warning. Okay. Sideline warning. Got 2nd and 10 here. Great defense from St. Francis. Handoff from Vincent, number 20, went nowhere. St. Francis was right there to corral him. Great team tackle.
Kenny Payne gets no run on there. Like you said, the St. Francis, the Miners, is that they're known as the Miners. St. Francis plays in the Midwest Classic, and the school mascot are the Marines? The Miner.
The Miner.
Yeah.
The Miner.
School colors are red and white. Marshall, shotgun formation again.
Got Trips right, Trips left right now.
Looking to the sideline. Maybe going to switch to audible to play.
Flag.
Delay of game. I think the clock went out. That will be a five-yard penalty, delay of game penalty. That's one thing about high school coaches and players. You got to be aware. I'm trying of that play clock. You get 35 seconds in high school to get the play off.
Yep. Right now we got 5 minutes left. Let's see what team can decide to run plays correctly to execute these last 5 minutes of this game. Vincent is 3rd and 20 right now. Is he going to play it safe or is he going to throw it up? It looks like he want to get it first.
He drives back. He's going for it off. He's triple teamed. He tried to get Devontae Smith. He was triple teamed. He forced it in there. That's what happens when you have a young quarterback. Sometimes you have to see that play is not there. Go to your secondary receiver. As you watch the high school game more closely, I'm starting to notice stuff like that. You have to be able to go to your second option on that route. You can't always focus on that main route. An interception by St. Francis.
Absolutely. I think you're right on the right page, Craig, when you say that. You got to look for your second option sometimes. We had a guy he had man-to-man right up top, but he looked for Mr. Smith.
Well, I play enough John Madden to know you can't put it in there when there's 3 people holding Julio Jones. It's going to be interception. Just like the video game, high school football is kind of like that. You force it, you go for it on 4th and 15, and when you do stuff like that, situations when you try to force the ball in, no matter how great Smith is, he was covered it front, back, and side with 3 defenders, so that ball would have to be placed perfectly.
Absolutely. Look like St. Francis.
Carter drops back. He has a defender on his heel. He doesn't see him. Gets it out. Ball is dropped, but we have a flag on the play.
That's most likely. It might be a holding on defense, most likely.
I think it's 2 flags. I think 2 officials threw down the flag. I think he got rid of the quarterback. Ellison. Carter got. Yeah, Carter Ellison, the quarterback, got rid of the ball, but still hit by the defender, Viking defender.
Roughing the passer.
And is it both flags on Vikings?
Yeah, both flags.
Okay.
So then they're going to get a roughing the passer because it's more yards. So you take 15 yards up, and so now it's going to be first and 10 on the 48-yard line.
.506 remaining here, second quarter. No score.
Okay.
St. Francis, Carter pitches it to number 2. That's Jordan Christensen. He gets a couple yards before he's taken down by the Milwaukee Vincent Vikings defender.
I think Coach decided to go back into the playbook from last year. He's not spreading them out anymore. He's ground and pound right now on Vincent. He's going straight at him. Both plays has been right up the middle except that last play, which was a rollout. Right now, three running backs in the backfield, almost I formation with an extra fullback in. Ground and pound.
Carter, and no yard gain on the play right there. Viking defense is stepping up to the challenge. That'll be 3rd down. 7 to go. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Tackled back at the 47 to St. Francis.
Coach decided to spread them out now. We got 3rd down. He got 3rd down.
3rd and 10. Offsides. Not sure if it's going to be. Vikings saying it's on St. Francis.
On St. Francis. False start. It looks like that was going to be a run play.
First offside penalty called against St. Francis, so they've been pretty good from that standpoint, getting their first penalty on the offensive side of the ball.
They've been really good, but it's at a bad time right now. Now they're 3rd and 15 right now. You got 3 minutes left. You got 3:56 left in this game. It looks like that was going to be a run. The question is Coach going to play it safe right here with 3 minutes left, or does he want to try to get that first down? Looks like he wants that first down.
Carter looks back. He has a man. That's in number 21. That could be no flag, late flag on the St. Francis sideline. Not sure if maybe the St. Francis sideline had something to say about that one. But in all respect for St. Francis, you do have to allow the offensive guy to come back to the ball. The defensive back never looked for the ball. He never turned his head around.
I'm surprised the back judge didn't call that right away. He was right there. The sideline judge called it. Of course, I think you probably heard a little noise from the sideline from St. Francis. He didn't turn around and look for the ball. Definitely respect that call. Didn't turn around at all.
I also think one of the plays that I would probably do a lot in high school football is I would probably try to go deep a lot just because plays like that, defenders are not equipped to turn around so far. I mean, as a former defensive back, that's probably one of the hardest things to probably learn. See ball and man. Even in basketball, you got to see your ball and man. When you're not seeing that, and the defender made no choice, no option to turn around and see the ball.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely a hard thing to do. I think playing defensive back, I don't care if it's high school, college, NFL, one of the hardest positions to play.
You're on an island by yourself. You're guarding a guy. You don't have no idea where the ball is coming from.
And you're backpedaling. You're backpedaling while this guy is running towards you forward. So absolutely a hard position to play, but it makes you compete.
Carter Ellison try to find ball's tip in the air.
No.
Is it caught?
Nope.
No, incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. Great defense. It was a great slant by St. Francis. Great defense by the DB to be all over it. But again, almost had an interception. He got his hands on the ball. The ball was in the air. Almost got it.
So now we have 4th and 1. St. Francis is going to go for it. Can the Vikings make a big stop right here?
Ground and pound. They're coming right at the Vikings on this. And that's exactly what they do. So what they did, Craig, on this was they said, let's make sure, let's go on 2. So they saying Vincent is
not as disciplined. That's what I think.
Not as disciplined team. Go on 2. Yell out the cadence pretty loud. He did it. The guy jumped off sides. Easy first down.
And more mental mistakes. I mean, this is the first game, as we're going to keep saying that throughout this telecast. But you got to be ready for things like this to happen.
Tell the lineman, stop listening to the quarterback. Watch the ball. All they need to do is watch the ball. When the ball moves, you move.
Carter
with the
keeps
run.
It up the middle. Big yards right there. He's going to be a little bit, maybe a yard short of the first down, or they may even give him the first down. But that was a great run by Carter Ellison.
Great run. I think you're right. Spot on the ball. 1 yard to go, so it'll be 2nd and 1.
Off the 31-yard line.
They're on the 31. 2nd and 1. I think they're going to come right up the middle again. Pass.
Almost picked off by number 10 for Milwaukee Vincent. That would have been Raymond Young, a 5'10" senior linebacker. And he's wishing he had that opportunity back.
Oh, I know he is wishing he had that opportunity back. That was right in his hands, Craig. I mean, right there. Again, all green field if he can just hold that ball. So, again, lineman's got to watch this ball. Don't move until that ball moves. Quarterback drops. He gets on it.
Probably a botch. Falls on the ball. Bad snap right there. So under 3 minutes here remaining in the first half. Milwaukee Vincent 0, St. Francis 0. No timeouts. Both teams playing their first game of the second night of opening night for high school football here in the state of Wisconsin. So now we got 4th down and 5 to go, and I see no special teams out there on the field.
Not when you're on your side of the field. So now St. Francis on their side of the field, you're trying to score. So right now they got 5 yards to go. Passing on this one. Screen play.
Screen to number 2.
Screen.
That's Ismail, and he's going to get the first down.
Going to get the first down. Great call by Coach. He spread the defense out, and he ran the screen right underneath. Coach said some of the things he will do today is little option, He said you're going to see a lot of screen plays.
For a first and 10 at the 28.
When teams are aggressive, they come in hard, you get that screen play right behind them. Quarterback run right up the middle. Great run. 9 yards.
Quarterback keeper up and down. That was number.
Couldn't go down by him. Yeah.
Carry.
But you gotta find Sean. Tell Sean. Timeout, Sean. Tell Sean to come down there. Talk to Sean first. Tell him to come down there. Timeout on the field for St. Francis. Under 2 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the first half. Milwaukee Vincent 0. Brothers Auto has been serving the community close to 20 years in business, and its sales team has a combined 200 years of knowledge throughout the dealership to help put you in the right car. Hanson Brothers Auto is family owned and well respected around the greater Milwaukee area. Hanson Brothers Auto offers a service department also, so stop in and let Hanson Brothers put you in the car you deserve. Iris, you see that? Yeah, well. You go up and down? It's on the 21. That's what the markers got. Make it 20. No, Iris. It says Iris. That was before the 19. Good man. All right, welcome back to the game. Oh, Carter goes. He's knocked out of bounds. That's inside the 5.
Number 21. Number 21.
All right.
That's Pat Hauser, number 21. Advancing the ball down to about the 12.
Carter, man in motion. He hands it off to number 20 for St. Francis. He gets taken down by the Vikings. That was Eric Browski. 1 minute and 50 remaining here in the first half.
Loss of about 2 yards on that play.
2-yard loss. Great defense by the Vikings, trying to hold St. Francis to keep them out of the end zone.
Second and about 12. Whistle stops the play.
We have a whistle on the field. We have a legal motion on St. Francis, so they'll be hit with a penalty, taking back some yards.
So that'll mark the ball 5 yards back.
Ball will be on the 17 after the 5-yard penalty. All right, ball's in play. Hand off, pass. We go into the end zone to number. Looks like we have a touchdown by St. Francis, and that was number 2. Carter Ellison finds Ismail Barstow for the touchdown, giving St. Francis the first score with 1 minute and 26 remaining here in the first half.
This guy is number 8. Number 8.
Okay. They go for the 2-point conversion, and they will be touchdowns. So St. Francis with the 2-point conversion, they take a 8-0 lead with 1:26 remaining here in the first half. Milwaukee Vincent down to St. Francis.
Touchdown was caught by number 2, Ismail Barstow.
He's. Yeah, tell me he has to turn on his mic. No, wait. You go ahead. Go tell him now.
collision.
Referees are huddling, talking about the play to see what happened. There's a close-up view of the referees, and great shot right there by our very own Sean Steenbridge as he gives us great moments. I think they might be coming back as we wait to see what the call is. And so we're trying to figure out, so we'll be coming back. All right, so we're going to replay that.
Replaying the conversion after the touchdown.
Yeah. Tell him to turn his mic off. It's not on. Huh?
And an extra point is good by number 43. Keaton Pascali.
Hold it down for 3
St.
seconds.
Francis connects on the extra point.
Extra point is good.
So it is a
His son going. I told his son to go down.
field game for St. Francis.
So extra point by St. Francis makes it 7-zip, 126
In
left.
that last sequence, there was a penalty on the first play against.
So it was a penalty to have to bring that extra point back, give an opportunity to kick it.
Get the extra point. And it looks like the same person to kick it off.
So it looks like St. Francis with up hit 7-zip. Minute 26 left here in this first half for Milwaukee Vincent. Oh, it's on. It's on now. Hold on. Kickoff by St. Francis. The swivel kick by St. Francis, and there's a pile up right there. We're not sure who got the ball, and they're saying St. Francis may have the ball, but we'll have to wait and see.
He said, do you want to wait till halftime to start back talking?
He's gonna get the coach right before he goes in. St. Francis coach.
He said, what?
He's gonna get the St. Francis coach right before he goes in. So they're going to say,
So it looks like Vincent
Vikings will have
recovered
the ball. They did recover the onside swivel kick, giving them a minute and 20 seconds to try to get on the board before halftime.
and Vincent's ball, first and 10 on the
First and 10 on the 30-yard line. Marshall's back. Trips to the right. He looks for the pass. Signs number 11. Bounces off of his helmet by Vikings. Marshall pass to Kavasi Smith. Will bang right off his helmet, making it second down.
He's up to second down and 10.
Second and 10. All right. Marshall calls for the snaps. He fades, rolls to the right. Defense is there. He's trying to slow defense. St. Francis, somehow he gets out the pack for the game about 3 yards on that play. But Joe Marshall running for his life, the 5'9" senior quarterback. All that running, he was able to gain 2 yards on the play. Third down, clock is running 45 seconds, 8 yards to go for the first down. Vikings going to try to get a couple plays before halftime. Marshall's in the shotgun formation. Pitches to Payne. Payne turns the left corner, takes down a couple defenders before taking down short of the first down. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Milwaukee Vincent may go to the halftime 7-point deficit. Timeout on the field called by Milwaukee Vincent. So timeout on the field for Milwaukee Vincent as they talk over what they want to do on this fourth down, 13 seconds left. You may see a Hail Mary play just so they can get on the board or give them a opportunity. As you see the score right there, 0-7 here at Milwaukee Vincent Stadium. Home opening night, breaking in a brand new stadium, one of 3 great stadiums that Milwaukee Public Schools offer for their high school football and soccer teams. And this one, the Viking Stadium, is just as beautiful as Custer Stadium and also South Division Stadium. All right, so we're back into action. Vikings on the 48-yard line, 13 seconds, fourth down to go. Let's see what they want to do here. So the clock, they're making sure the clock, they added 4 more seconds back to the clock, making it 17 seconds. And here comes Joe Marshall in the shotgun. St. Francis showing blitz. Marshall back to drop, back to throw. Pressure by St. Francis. Marshall turns the corner. Ties the ball's tip up. Incompletion, turnover on down. And St. Francis will take over with 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. You probably think they're probably just going to kneel the ball to go into halftime with a 7-point lead. And at halftime, our very own Tyrone Roan will catch up with St. Francis head coach Jeff Wallach.
Well, that was fourth down. It'll be first down going the other way for St. Francis.
So St. Francis take over on turnover on downs. And they'll get the ball on the 48-yard line.
I know. I thought it was on the 48.
So here comes the final play. They'll probably just kneel the ball down, and they will kneel the ball down. As they go into halftime. Milwaukee Vincent down 7-0 as St. Francis has a 7-point lead. You're watching the Athletic Streaming Network service as high school football opens up today. Milwaukee Vincent taking on St. Francis, and our very own Tyrone Roan has to catch up with St. Francis head coach. All right, Ron, what you got?
Halftime from St. Francis. So, Coach, it's a little different than last year. 7-0 going to halftime. So what is the game plan coming to this halftime?
Well, first of all, they're much improved from last year, and then, like I said before the game, it was difficult judging what they were based on not seeing anything from their scrimmage. So whatever they're doing over there, it's working. I appreciate that. But we're shooting ourselves in our foot here. I mean, the first quarter we had a couple drives where we got down inside their 30, and we didn't execute on 4th down. So I expect that to change at halftime. And for us, like I said, we had 3 sophomores and a junior starting in that offensive line, and they got some big boys up there. So it's truly a test. But I'm pretty confident that we're going to be able to make some adjustments. We got to kick the ball off now, and they got some nice players. So it's just about trying to solve our problems first. I really think it's more of us shooting ourselves in the foot, so to speak. And we had a bad throw by Carter down here. You saw he's a pretty talented kid as a sophomore. So I don't know. I'm going to get in there and offensively, our guard is the problem right now. We got to figure out a way to move those guys, and when we do that, I think we'll be fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Coach.
No problem.
We have Coach from St. Francis. He's just giving us an update. Last year, again, the score was 49-0. This year, Vincent has 0 right now, but St. Francis only have 7. Excited for the second half. I'm excited to see what St. Francis come out with, but I'm really excited to see what Vincent comes up with, like what's going to work for them offensively and how are they going to get opportunity to stop St. Francis. Here we go. We got the start of the second half here. We got St. Francis kicking the ball off to Vincent. Let's see which team can come out with the upper hand right away. Now, we got a long game to go. We got the whole second half.
You get that. All right.
Fall on it.
And Vincent recovers the good kick down near the 32. We'll look for
So Vikings recover. There's a late penalty at the end of the play. Vikings recover the ball. This is a great opportunity. If you're the Vikings, if you're Coach Shank Carrington, Ron, what was you telling your kids in the halftime? Only down 7.
First of all, you got to say, listen, this is a long game. Stay aggressive the way we are. Stay aggressive, and we got to really cut down on the penalties. We got to cut down on the penalties to give ourselves a chance to score. The more we get backed up, the harder it is to score. I'll tell my team, listen, we can score on these guys. See, right away. Now, listen, there hasn't been a play yet. Vincent fell on the ball. All he did was fall on the ball. And now we have a 15-yard penalty, which takes him back now to the 16, to the 18-yard line. Good is 1st and 18, but we got to start from that position.
All right, so right now, if I can start off the second half with a penalty, 3 to the right, 1 left. Marshall drops back, looking. Screen play set up to Kenny Payne. Payne goes to the sideline. Before he's knocked out of bounds after a nice pickup for a 1st down.
Great pickup, great call. St. Francis has been aggressive all game, meaning they've been blitzing a lot, and Vincent played off that right away. Francis came in, Vincent did a screen right underneath the blitz. Great call by Coach Shane.
Positive momentum. Great way to kind of start off your first half drive, because when you start the second half drive, because remember, when they start this game off 3 straight penalties, so this has got to be a good upside positive sign for the Vikings.
Definitely a great sign. We got trips on the right, bunch set. Hand off again.
Kenny Payne, 1 man to beat with a shoestring tackle that saved maybe a long 70-yard touchdown run for Kenny Payne and the Vikings.
There was so much green on that. Great tackle by number 20.
The 20 by St. Francis, that will be
that's
Eric Borowski.
Eric Borowski, great tackle because he was gone.
One of the things I love about high school football, a lot of kids are two-way players, so if they're playing both sides of the ball, and that's great to see, especially for high school basketball, for high school sports, when a lot of kids only play one sport. Marshall drops back, has to get rid of the ball. Smart move, because he was going to get taken down for a sack, so he got rid of the ball.
It looked like something happened on that play. Nobody moved. The lineman didn't move. Looked like Vincent thought St. Francis jumped off sides. Nobody moved but the quarterback. And one receiver running downfield, which is Mr. Smith, but he was double covered on that one. And then it was smart of the quarterback to just throw that away. So we got 3rd down and 3. Craig, you want to tell you about 3rd down? You got 3rd down and 3. You're so free to run a lot of different plays. You're free to run a run play. You're free to run a screen, a slant. So you can really run anything on this one.
And I'm the guy in John Madden. When I play Madden, I have the coaches pick my play and I run whatever they tell me to play. But they always say you want to gain your first 2 yards.
Screen play.
And he's not going to get.
Screen play, and St. Francis was all over that.
Right. He's actually going to lose a yard on the play on that play. But high school football on the 40-yard line. Now, do you go for it to start off the second half, or do you punt this?
Anytime you're on the opposite side of the 50 is their side. So anytime you're on their sideline, you definitely want to punt. Now, what they could be thinking was Mr. Smith punting a 10-yarder.
Right.
That first half. And so they could be thinking, man, if he gonna kick a 5-yard kick, we might as well go for it.
Well, they're going for it because it's 4th and 3, and their punter is Devontae Smith, and he's out wide as a wide receiver. So let's see what they run here for the Vikings. Big play to start the second half off, going for it. Marshall tries to keep the defenses right there. Shakes off a man. He has room to the left. Gets blocks. Shakes off another guy. Makes the first down and more. And a great, tough call. And it might be a penalty because he keeps driving out of bounds. And it will be a penalty against St. Francis after the play. Great call by Shane Covington and the Milwaukee Vincent Vikings. But that was all Joe Marshall being a better athlete on the field, able to gain that first down, and now the Vikings are in good position right now.
That was huge. That was huge play. Coach had a lot of confidence in his offense.
A lot of confidence right there.
A lot of confidence. I know, knowing St. Francis coach, knowing him just a little bit, I know he'll be a little upset by his guy, not letting that guy go, being really undisciplined and driving him out of bounds, which gives Vincent an extra 15-yard penalty on that one.
So that was a personal foul on St. Francis. Second personal foul now against St. Francis. If the Vikings can keep up this type of good momentum, and now with St. Francis going to be the team in the second half that's going to lose their cool. Ball in 34. Marshall back to pass. He throws into a coverage. Not sure who that ball was to, because the pass was to number 69. He's an illegal receiver. He's an offensive lineman.
So I'm thinking that could
Devin
have been
Price.
A screen play which didn't go well. When you see some linemen down the field like that, you figure it's a screen.
Now, I don't know if I watch a lot of college football and high school football. I usually see screen plays either the left side or the right side of the field. To see that, if that was a screen play in the middle of the field, that's where all the action is. That's all the congestion.
Sometimes you get that. What they try to do is try to spread the guys out, try to get some linemen, some linebackers and DBs and safeties to the corners, to the outside, and then throw a screen in the middle.
Marshall back to drop.
Got a little time, and he throws the interception.
Interception by number. He was looking for Devontae Smith, but it's going to be an interception by St. Francis, and the turnover kills the Vikings drive here at Vikings Stadium. Welcome to opening night for high school football across the state of Wisconsin. Thursday night you had some games, but the majority of the teams, especially here in the Milwaukee area, are kicking it off tonight here at Milwaukee Vincent. New stadium at Vikings Stadium, brand new facility. It actually opened wrong when I was told last spring with a soccer team. First played some games here. This is the first high school football game by anybody, especially for the Vincent Vikings. And what's I'm understanding, they will share this field with other MPS schools throughout the year.
And what's great about that is, you get to see some teams that to come here and play now. Now to make it a little bit easier for coaches to watch other MPS teams, to get a little film, some quick film. Now you can see teams play. If you're playing someone else, you have an opportunity to keep a coach here now at your home stadium to just kind of watch some other teams, scout some other teams out. So it's so great having your own stadium. So right now we got 1st and 6. St. Francis with the run right up the middle. Good defense by the Vikings. Mr. Smith and the crew of defenders were all over that one.
when I look at this Viking roster, I see two guys just by watching by the eye test. The guy they told us number 7, Devontae Smith. But then you also, that Joe Marshall guy, the kid, the quarterback for Milwaukee, Vincent, he's a real athlete too. He's been in some under distress a lot this tonight, and he's able to outrun some of these defenders, linemen, defensive backs, and also linebackers. So I'm really impressed with Joe Marshall too.
What's great is that you got a field like this.
Wide open man. Carter had overthrown number 2, Ismail Bastar. That was touchdown 7 written all over it.
He was so wide open. He was there. And so right now what's happening is Vincent is keeping their eyes in the backfield. So you got safeties and you got corners keeping their eyes in the backfield. They're worrying about the jet sweep and the flies coming back with the quarterback, and they're keeping their eyes in the backfield, and guys are running past them. Right up the middle.
Quarterback keeper up the middle.
Quarterback keeper by Carter. Carter's taken down.
16.
That'd be
Carrying the ball. That's the quarterback, Carter Ellenson.
gain of a couple yards. That brings up
Get credit for
4th and 2.
4th and 2.
And it doesn't look like the special team unit is on, so they're doing the Craig Hart special. When I play John Madden, you go for it all the time, every time.
They're coming right at you.
But if you're Vincent, you got to watch the count.
Got to watch the ball. Just watch the ball. Lineman, watch the ball, watch the ball. That's what Coach going to tell you. Don't worry about the snap. Don't worry about them saying, hut, watch the ball. Right up the middle.
They handed to number 2. I think that's Ishmael.
Yes, they did.
And he's
does not have that.
Not have the first. I don't see them bringing the chain out. So that's going to be a change of possession. Vikings hold them off on a 4th down. Great defensive position right there for Vincent as they stop him. Now they're in great field position on the 40-yard line. Only 40 yards to go to score. If they're going to score, this is one of those opportunities they have to capitalize right here in this opportunity that they have.
They have a great opportunity now. They're on their side of the ball, right to start off with. They usually start on their side of the ball on the 20 and 30. No penalties right now. They have great field position. So right now, Shane needs to come up with some good plays that Vincent can continue to get some yards. Right now, we got them spread out. Got trips to the right. Got one receiver up top. Looking to pass.
Marshall escapes the sack.
A lot of green.
So why did he keep it? He has an open man, number 9, and he drops the ball. Roberto Hernandez ran before he caught the ball, and that may cost Vincent. Great play by Shane, as you just said. He had to come up with a great play, but Hernandez drops the ball. Penalty on the play. Let's see what the official has on that one.
Would have been a great play. It was coming back anyway. It's coming back. Penalty on Vincent, maybe holding.
So if you're if you're Robert, you're happy that you're sad that you drop it, but the fact that it was a penalty regardless, it kind of helps to ease the pain a little bit when you're dropping the football. But that touchdown, if he would have made it, was not going to count anyway. Timeout on the field for Milwaukee Vincent. We're here at Viking Stadium. Milwaukee Vincent 0, St. Francis 7, and we'll be back after this commercial.
Fitness expert, I've trained normal clients and athletes for multiple years, and I designed the perfect fitness program for you. This is ASF Baller Fitness. Whether you're the normal client getting ready for a marathon or you just want to look great.
All right, back to the action here at Vincent Stadium. Vikings 2nd down. 2nd and 15 on the 45-yard line.
Quarterback mishap with the ball. Fumble on that one. Quarterback grabbed that right back. But again, he's pulling Vincent back. Had great field position. Now they just kind of pulled themselves out of field position. It is 3rd and 20 right now.
As one of my favorite rappers, Jay-Z, said, it was all good just 3 plays ago. I mean, you were almost at a position. You were on the 40-yard line. Your first play of that series, that drive, had an opportunity to either get inside the 10, the drop ball by Roberto Hernandez, but that was going to come back with a hole, and now you're sitting on the 50-yard line with 3rd and 20. Marshall hands it off, gives it to Payne. Payne trying to get around the corner. He gets around the corner. He has some man to beat. Knocked out of bounds. He's going to be short of the first down, but not by much. We'll see where they spot the ball on this one.
We'll see where they're spotted. I was going to just say, Craig, that someone hasn't touched the ball this half yet.
Mr. Payne, Kenny Payne.
He hasn't touched the ball. And I was gonna say, is this gonna be a 2-play down anyway? Which it is.
Right.
So they're going for it. 4th and 2.
One of the things when you interview Coach from St. Francis, Jeff Wallach, he said that the team they scrimmage, this is a totally different team now that they're playing them in the game. He said some of these guys, they didn't show a lot in that scrimmage, what you expect. But I'm pretty sure they probably getting the call. They knew Devontae Smith was an athlete. But the Kenny Payne and the quarterback has been really impressive to me.
Payne again with the ball. Listen, he seems like he's their workhorse right now. Every time he gets the ball in his hand, he is gaining yards, some form, some fashion. Right now, I gotta feed him. He gotta eat right now.
1st and 10, Milwaukee Vikings, Milwaukee Vincent. 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 7-zip. St. Francis up here at Viking Stadium. Home opener for MPS football for the Milwaukee Vincent Vikings. If you're Shane Culverton and the Vikings, 3 people are touching the rock for me. It's the quarterback, Joe Marshall, and you got to give the rock to Kenny Payne. And if you can give the ball to Devontae Smith, those 3 guys got to have a heavy dose in the second half.
Absolutely. I think you're right on target with that, Craig. Quarterback fake, looking for Devontae
Marshall,
Smith.
He goes deep. And
it's a touchdown.
Right there, touchdown by Devontae Smith. A 40-yard heave from Marshall to Smith. And we have a tie ball, up 7-6. High school football and college football, you never know about the extra point. Let's just see if we can make time.
I'm pretty sure they're going for a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion?
They're going for a 2. And I think you're right, Craig. You hit it right on the head. A dose of either Payne or Mr. Smith. And right now we got a dose of Mr. Smith. They're saying to St. Francis, if you're going to go man-to-man, we're going to throw it to Smith every time.
Great pass right there from Marshall to Smith.
Great pass.
And they are going for 2.
Yeah. Payne is back in the game. And quarterback keeper.
He's going to get taken down inside, not even close. 7-6, Milwaukee Vincent. That always scares me. I know I go to a lot of city games, and there's not a lot of kickers.
I think the problem is in the city. I think they don't get enough to the soccer team and say, Coach, can we just use your soccer player just to kick some field goals?
He has to come to practice just one day, Thursday, and come on game night on Friday.
That's all we need. We just need him to kick some plays, kick some balls. He don't even need to practice. He can practice with you every day, which he'll stay in shape and play soccer.
Right.
Because soccer's during football season. Yeah. We just need him when we got some games.
That's it. So they need a help wanted sign. They should be probably posted up inside a lot of schools. 7-6 here at Vikings Stadium. Milwaukee Vincent on the scoreboard now, 6-7. Kind of a high-scoring baseball score as we in the 3rd quarter with 6:25 remaining here. You're listening to and watching Athlete Streaming Network. Thank you, everybody, for that's watching and for another hopefully successful football season. Our first ever football season as the Athlete Streaming Network continues to grow. And we'll be back in action next Friday. We'll have games put up on the website, theathlete.co for Facebook. We'll see all of our schedules where we'll be for the next 8 to 9 weeks and hopefully some playoff games for the WIA.
Hey, Craig, I do want to say this, man. I want to just say congratulations on this first football season, man. This is a great opportunity for MPS to get a little bit more exposure and a great opportunity to just kind of show them exactly what you bring to the table. So, great job. Let me just let everybody know Craig was also at one point a Vincent Viking.
Yes, I was. I ran these hallways. but myself, Robert Yanders, Jose Winston, Shad Washington, Marshall Will, a lot of guys. I mean, Vincent was a great stepping stone for me. First time I ever played defense was when I came to Vincent. I'm a former basketball player. I was like, what is defense? But
what is this? Craig was a flat-out scorer.
Tom Dieter and those guys, gave me a better perspective because when I got to college, I was able to play just because I had a little defensive background and I knew how to get on the court. But if it wasn't for Tom Dieter and everybody, our practices was way worse than games.
Easily.
Yeah,
easily worse
back
than
in the 90s. So Bravante Danzer now is the head coach here at Milwaukee Vincent in the basketball program. He's bringing them back where they're supposed to be. And so looking forward to basketball season 2 this upcoming season here on the Athlete Streaming Network.
Vincent just kicked off the ball to number 2.
That
Ishmael.
is Ishmael.
He's looked like he's going to be gone.
He has one man to beat, and that's Mr. Smith. And he's one athlete to another. And great tackle, great technique, got his shoulders down, kept his head up, and that's what you want to see when you're making the open field tackle. That's a hard play to open field tackle on a guy that's shifty like Ishmael.
I was really excited to see both athletes come right then and there and figure out who was going to be the best athlete in that moment. Mr. Smith won that battle, but he's going to see Ishmael here a lot because Ishmael plays running back for St. Francis.
All right. So ball on the 48-yard line. St. Francis Carter, man in motion. He's going to hand off to Ishmael. Ishmael is covered up by the Vikings defense right there. Great defense, team defense there by, I'm always say the Minnesota Vikings, but the Vincent Vikings.
Great defense on that. Great way to get all hatched to the ball. That's what you need to see. They took a loss on that 2-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 12. Great defense. Now the question is, who will St. Francis go to? The quarterback is first year starter. He's doing a really good job. So let's see what St. Francis have a pass again.
Deep
He's
pass.
wide open.
Wide open. That's your guy, number 21 for St. Francis, and he will go to the house. Pat Hauser was going to be taken to the house for a touchdown, and this is the guy you want to see. They said he has a 35-inch vertical. He's only 5'9". Great play right there by St. Francis as they come back and answer Milwaukee Vincent with a 45-yard touchdown score. Carter to house, and we have it 13-6. St. Francis is up.
Great pass, great catch, great run after he caught that ball.
And St. Francis, they will light up to take the field goal. But what a great play right there by the Miners to get themselves to strike fast for that next series. Now we're getting some action here in this second half. First half was kind of filling each other out. Both teams made some foolish turnovers and and they actually went for the 2-point. Went for the 2 conversion, and they will get the 2-point conversion, making that 15-8. Now that decision by Vincent to go for 2 and not get it puts them down more than 1 score.
Yeah.
Even if they go for the 2-point conversion, if they score, get it, they'll still be down 1 point.
Got to score twice now.
This is why you, as a coach, things come back. You get home, you start watching the tape, you start second guessing. Should I have for the extra point? Do they even have a field goal kicker on the roster?
I don't even think they have a choice, because if the field goal kicker, it would probably be Mr. Smith.
Right. Yeah, I think he does handle the punt.
If he handle the punts, he probably handle the kicks.
So 5 minutes and 33 here in the third quarter. Milwaukee Vincent down 15-6 at St. Francis. A very competitive game so far here for the whole opener for the Vikings, as this is probably a night and day difference game than it was last year.
Absolutely. The Vikings got to be at least excited about that part. But I know Coach is probably a little bit upset right now because he could be closer. I think they just ran that same play that guy was wide open on, and they just ran it again, and he was open again. So now the question is, can the Vikings not feel sorry for themselves right now and say, hey, let's push it.
Ball goes to number 2. That's Jordan Christian. He's going to come up the sideline. He gets a couple blocks. He's still rumbling and tumbling on his feet. He's breaking out.
He's gone.
One man to beat.
Like
Does he have the speed? That little guy.
No flags on the play.
No flags, and he will be taken down at the 12-yard line. And Jordan Christensen, bringing life to this Vincent Viking crowd as he goes 80-something yards. And that's how you respond off of a play like that. Great kickoff return.
That's exactly how you respond off a score from St. Francis. You get a good kick return. You're inside your 20. Now it's really time to be disciplined and execute this play. So again, Craig, let's go back to what you said in the first half. You said either Mr. Brown's gonna get it, either keep it in the QB hand,
right? Either Joe Marshall or Payne.
Yep.
But this guy's Jordan Christian. This is the first we've seen of him. I mean, first notice he had a couple carries, but that was an explosive play by the 5'7" junior.
He got some scat on him. He got some scat and got some legs. Look like he got some really good vision.
So Marshall in the shotgun calls the play out. Actually, no, that's not Marshall. That's number 1. That is Marshall. And that play will be snuffed out by St. Francis as he's taken down, losing about 8 yards on the play.
Not sure what that was. What play was that? Quarterback grabbed it. Wasn't sure if he was going to hand off. Wasn't sure if he was going to keep the ball. And while he thought about that process, every St. Francis defender was in the backfield.
Loss of 6. So now it will be second down on the 18-yard line. 16 yards to go before the first down. You got to get something out of here. But then if you're Vikings, if you really don't have a field goal kicker, this is 4-down territory.
Absolutely, 4-down territory. I think it's 4-down territory anyway. You got
it seems like it's always been inside. Marshall hands it to McKay, and Kenny Payne is not going to go anywhere. Maybe gain 2 yards or 2. Third down, 16. 4 minutes and 15 seconds here in the second half, third quarter. Milwaukee Vincent down 15-6.
We had just a great run back by Milwaukee Vincent. Then we had 2 plays that really just didn't go anywhere. We got third down. Again, this is a 2. You got a 2-down series. Here's third down, but right now they're going to go on 4th. So it'll be 3rd and 4th. I will guarantee right now he's looking for Payne. He's looking for Mr. Smith.
Marshall.
He's open.
He throws a bullet to number 7. That's Mr. Smith again. You caught it. Devontae Smith is showing up big, but Marshall waited, sticking in there as he finds Devontae, who just outran 3 defensive backs to get this touchdown. No flags on the ground.
No flags on the ground. What he did was he spread them out. He put 3 receivers on one side. Most likely when you put 3 receivers, either you're in cover 2 or you're going to go man-to-man, and most likely they're in some type of zone. Smith got behind them. Quarterback threw a great pass. Again, going for 2. Got to go for 2 here.
And they're definitely going for the 2. And, whoa, we are seeing some explosive plays here in this second half.
Oh, great call. Wide, great call by Coach.
And they will get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, making it 14-15 Milwaukee Vincent on a comeback. 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And you're watching and listening to the Athlete Network.
You got some time. Just play it down.
Are you still down? He's just like a football player. So he's kneeling. We have a player down, but he got back up for St. Francis. Can't see what his number is, but he's walking off the field on his own.
Which is always a good sign. He's moving all his limbs. He's walking off the field. He was down for a while. Always a great sign when you see him with his hands up. He's moving his head. He's walking. Anytime you see a player down, not moving.
Spectacular fireworks from both sides of the football. We have a cliffhanger game, 15-14.
So, score here at Viking Stadium, Milwaukee Vincent making a strong comeback as they're down 14-15 to St. Francis. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. So plenty of time, Ron, for these teams to kind of do what they have to do. And the game can go any way right now because the momentum you would think would go to the Vikings. He got it. He's with it. Huh? We talked to him, we're fine.
I'll keep on this side. Hey, stop going over there. So we got to run number 2. Great tackle by Vincent.
Bastardo would be taken down as St. Francis would take the ball. Now, can they answer? This is our third series. In the last 2 series, we have both teams able to score touchdowns on their last 2 series. Let's see if St. Francis can continue this great football we're seeing right now here in the second half.
So we got 15-14 St. Francis. We got 3 minutes left in the third quarter. What will they do here? So what St. Francis did them last plays, they pound, pass over the top.
Handoff to number 1 for St. Francis. That is Nate Fraction. He's taken down.
He's taken down pretty fast there. Vincent seems to be all over that. But it seems like Vincent is also waiting for that pass. I seen the safety. He didn't come up as fast as before.
Number 1.
What's that?
So again, is this gonna be round and pound here, ground and pound? Yep, right back, same play, right up the middle.
Up the middle. About 4-yard gain right there, the runner. Ball carrier, that's 21. The guy who had a touchdown, that's Mr. Pat Hauser.
Mr. Hauser. So now, the last play, what they did was they did the same thing, except they rolled the guy out. So now let's see if they do the same thing here. Pass. Called it.
Carter's back to pass, finds number 3. He's immediately hit, but he's right before the sticks. Catch right there by Nate Jernson.
Looks like he got the first down.
145-pound senior. Looks like he's going to get a favorable spot. So,
yeah, exactly what I thought, Craig, on that one. You pound them, and then you get your guys out, them thinking it's run again and throw that backside pass. So he spread them out. He's in a pistol with a fly.
Handoff to number 2. That is Ismail. Ismail is going to be taken down by a host of Viking defenders as they stop him in his tracks. Will bring up second down. Ball is on the 34-yard line. Vikings trying to get a stop here, get the ball back. So this offense is hot right now. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns.
2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Great play calling by Coach. Even on the 2-point conversion, Craig. Great play calling. Now he got
offsides, move defense, encroachment on the defense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And it's going to be offside against Vincent.
Players got to stop watching other players. Got to watch the ball. I know Shane probably beat it over their head at halftime.
And we have a timeout on the field.
Timeout.
Timeout on the field here at Viking Stadium. Milwaukee Vincent 14, St. Francis 16. You're listening and watching to the Athlete Streaming Network. All right, welcome back to the action. Milwaukee Vincent on the defense. Here is St. Francis. Carter pitches it to House. House is taken down behind the backfield. Great tackle by Vincent by the Vikings.
21, Pat Hauser on the pickup. Tackles by number 10 from Vincent, Raymond Young. 31-yard line.
All right, so third down, 3rd and 13. Carter in the shotgun. Pass is number 9. He catches the block. He's taken down. Great catch there by Roberto Hernandez for St. Francis.
He's tackled by number 7, Devontae Smith.
He's bringing down by the athlete Devontae Smith. He just died out too.
Just changed it.
No, he just died when you were down there. So I'm glad. 5-yard gain. Here we go. Carter in the shotgun formation.
4th down.
Punt. Ball's going to roll. Smith is going to pick it up. He shouldn't have picked it up, and the ball would be kicked out of bounds, but I think St. Francis is going to recover, and yes, special team blunder right there.
Yep. You either want to kick that out of bounds right there or just don't touch it at all. Let that ball roll.
You want to get out the way.
Ball recovered on the punt. Roberto Hernandez from St. Francis recovered the fumble.
Go ahead.
Okay. We got St. Francis with the ball on their own 25. Handoff. Vincent with a stop. Run right up the middle. Vincent with a great stop. Great team tackle, great team defense.
Number 21 on the carry.
We got 5 seconds here in the third quarter going out. Looks like we were going to 4th quarter here.
Back to the 20. Back to the 28, and that ends the 3rd quarter.
We got the 3rd quarter ending. Now we got the 4th quarter getting started here, getting underway. Again, we got Vincent 14, St. Francis 15. Now we got the 4th quarter. Vincent made a huge mistake in touching the ball off that punt. Now what can a defense do? Can a defense help their offense out by getting a great stop here? Or is St. Francis looking for blood and ready to score, ready to run this score up? So we'll see here this 4th quarter who will come out. Again, we got the ball on the 25. St. Francis right in their territory. Got a great opportunity to score, but Vincent has been playing great defense. I would say for St. Francis right here, we have a four down territory. But I think St. Francis also has a great kicker on their sideline. So they could kick the ball. But right now I'm thinking 4 down territory, unless I would maybe say 3, because they do have a great kicker. They're changing size of field right now. Again, St. Francis 15, Vincent 14. The crowd is getting into it. is trying to get Vincent excited. He's trying to get their defense up because they know how crucial this is right now to play good defense on this first. It's second down. This second and 12.
We have a second and 12.
So what are we going to do? How are we going to play this here? Snap. We're looking for a pass. He throws it.
Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass. Great defense from Vincent.
3rd and 12. Ball at about the 28.
We got 3rd and 12 right now. This is, I could be off, but this is not field goal range.
12 from the 28.
So they need more yards. Right now it looks like it could be a 4-down territory, meaning they got 2 plays to go. Meaning they need some yards off this play to get a good first down. Nobody in the backfield. Could look for a screen here. Pass, halfback pass. Great defense, he turned around. Don't know about that call from the referee. Referee throws a flag. Defender turned around right at the last moment to bat the ball down. Not sure if the ref called that contact as he was running towards the offensive guy. He turned his head to look for the ball, to bat it down, but ref threw a flag. Not sure about that call. Guy turned around just at the last moment to bat that ball down. Wow. He waves off the flag on that one. Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that in a very long time. He waves off that flag. Good call, ref. That was a great call from the ref. Seen that he made a mistake. Seen that he threw the flag too fast, too quick, because the guy turned right at the last minute to block that pass down. So now we have 4th and 11 on the 28-yard line. Quarterback rolling out.
It was a completed pass to number 21.
Great defense by the Vikings. Through the pass to number 21, Pat Hauser. He was definitely running hard to get that first down. It was a great tackle by Vincent's defense to stop Hauser on that one. Great way for the player, great way for the quarterback, though, to get it to his guy, to get it to one of his main guys, which is Hauser, number 21.
11:33 remaining in the game, a 1-point difference.
So we got 11 minutes left here. Can Vincent be smart here, not get any penalties, and really gain some yards? We gave a toss to number 2.
And the kickoff goes to number 2, Jordan Christian.
Gave that pass, gave that to Jordan. Number 2 gained a couple yards off that. Looked like he gained 4 yards off. Got 6 yards to go. Again, got 11 minutes left in this game. Great yards for the first play. Them great yards. 4 yards, 4 or 5 yards each play. Good. Vincent in the bunch on the left side. We got a run down the middle. Jordan again, number 2, with a great run up the middle.
That is a first down run.
First down. Great run. Great run by number 2, Jordan.
4 out to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Great run. Great call by Shane, Jordan Christian. Great run by number 2. 2 plays right now. Jordan has got the ball. They got twins on both sides. Got them tight. Looking for the pass here. He threw it up. Looks like an interception. Looks like an interception by Hauser, number 21 for St. Francis.
Ball is intercepted at the 36.
QB just threw that one up. I think he threw it up to Mr. Smith, number 7.
Number 21.
But he threw it a little bit short, which gets Pat, number 21, right under that ball to get an interception. So now the question is, what does St. Francis do on these next plays? Are they going to ground and pound right now? Oh, great rollout from the QB. Pass. Incomplete pass. Good defense on both sides. Good defense on the Vikings.
Brings on a 2nd and 10.
When you hear me say ground and pound, I'm looking right at the backfield. They're in a off-eye formation with 3 runners in the backfield. Almost like a wishbone in a sense. Right now they spreading Vincent out. 2 receivers out in a pistol formation. Again, not watching the ball. Got a penalty on Vincent. Approachment. 5 yards on this one. Got St. Francis. They didn't run a play at all. All they did was look to the sideline. Every player picks their head up, look to the sideline for the signal. And with that, Vincent jumps off sides because he watches everybody move. Again, what I told Craig before is you gotta watch the ball. Don't matter if anybody move in the backfield, you gotta watch the ball. Gotta fly.
And number 2.
I'm back, Ron.
Good defense right now. Mr. Smith with another tackle.
So right now, 14-16, 9 minutes remaining here in this 4th quarter as Milwaukee Vincent is trying to make a comeback home opener for Milwaukee Public Schools football, especially for this new beautiful stadium. A nice turnout crowd here tonight too also.
Great turnout crowd. We got the same play.
That ball goes to number 2, that's Smith. He's going to be taken out just 2 yards shy of a touchdown. Great defense right there to get the stop before you get into the end zone. But if you're Vincent, you got to at least come out and get a stop here. You don't want to give up a touchdown. 3 points, you can kind of live by that, but the way this game's going, you have to get a good stop.
You gotta get a stop. You gotta get a stop. It's a must. They just ran this play. Again, they get in that funky I formation with an off fullback right there. And they run it right up the middle. Got some good yards off that. Got 3 yards off that. Great run. Good defense. 2nd down.
I think we got an injured player from Milwaukee Vikings, number 8 for Vincent, and that's Tavares Mathis. He's going to come out. Number 4 is going to go in the game. Freddie Wilson replaces him.
I can tell you, number 8 really put his face mask in there in a lot of those plays. Looked like he might have hurt his hand on that one. Number 4 is in. Got to watch that ball. Ground and pound right up the middle.
Carter. He's going to hand off to number 1. Ball. Oh, great ball security right there by Nate Fraction, because the defender at this point in time, you're going to probably go for the ball to force a turnover, the strip fumble. Way to keep on that by Fraction, not to cough off the ball. Ball security is probably big right now with 8 minutes left here in the 4th quarter, and you're up by 1, 14-15.
So you're telling your players right now, hey, somebody wrap up, somebody else come and be ready to strip that ball. So you want one player to wrap up, you want somebody else to try to strip that ball. We got him wide, you got the quarterback out.
He's wide open all day. He's going to decide to run, and he's going to get in there for a touchdown by the young fella right there. Welcome to high school football, Carter Ellison, as he scores the touchdown, giving his team a 21-14 point lead right now. You've got to imagine they're going to go for the extra point, giving them an 8 point. So this is a 1-score game for Vikings if they can travel the ball with 8 minutes left and get down and score. So there's a lot of football left here in the fourth quarter.
A lot of football left, and that's what Shane got to tell his team, hey, we got 8 minutes left. We're only down by 7 right now. But again, like I told you before, Craig, I think they went to their soccer team because they got a kicker over there. I think they had to go because the last kick he made, it was right through the uprights, and it was pretty far, pretty good kick.
And Ron, his name is Caden. The kicker for these guys is Jaden Pascal. So, yes, he is a sophomore kicker. So he has a couple more years left on varsity. As you see the score right there, 22-14, Milwaukee Vincent down to the visitor, St. Francis. With 8:02 to go, you're watching and listening to the Athlete Streaming Network, our first official football game, not only of the season, but for this young, upcoming, aspiring network, streaming network, where this upcoming year, all the shows we would do will be streamed on our website from Facebook, all of our social media websites, or we'll do a live show. Last year we did The Athlete that came on My 24. This year that was recorded. This year we're going to do a live 30-minute to hour show, and we may shoot that show at Sneaks in downtown, the 3rd Ward. Same concept, we'll do stories. We'll still have highlights, but now we can do in-studio interviews, and that's going to be a live show. So we're really looking forward to all the things we have coming up.
That is going to be really, really exciting. Exciting for the network. Exciting to have an opportunity to broadcast and be live. For the show. Excited for the opportunity for this network. And excited for high school football here in Wisconsin to get this kind of exposure. So I'm excited they get to go. They get to stream like this and have an opportunity for all over. So we got a kickoff.
That's number 2.
We got Vincent.
Jordan Kristen on the return. Fielded it up at 12.
2.
Out to the 30
Jordan
yard line.
Christian with a great run again on the 30-yard line. Got Vincent with the ball. 7 minutes and 54 seconds left in this game. Hey, a lot of time. I'll be telling my team right now, we have a lot of time. We always go for a 2-point conversion, so it doesn't matter. Even though it's 14-22, we're going for a 2-point. We're going down. We're going to tie it up. So I'm telling my team right now, let's calm down. Hey, let's get this. Let's take this downfield. Let's score. Let's get this 2-point conversion.
All right, so that Marshall, he hands off to Kenny Payne. Payne to the left. Defense is there, eats him up. And he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
Yep, we call that the short side of the field.
He definitely got the short side of the field now because there was no room to run.
There was none. There was none. And sometimes I be so – sometimes I don't understand that short side of the field run. I don't know if that's trying to surprise a team, but Payne is pretty fast and pretty strong. Get him to the outside. Get him to some field. Let him run. Let him get out there and use his legs. So now we got trips to the right. We got shotgun. Let's see if he faked the option and look for the pass. Fake the option, looking for the pass.
He's running. Defense is there. He's not. He's going to shake 2 tackles. He's keep going back. This looks like throw it away. That's what you got to do when you're a young quarterback. Live to see another day and not give up bad yardage right there.
So quarterback, he got out of that. If he can get out of that the next time and just kind of throw that out of bounds to where his guys was at, he give himself opportunity not to lose 7 yards.
And a flag, that just compound the situation, which is going to be against Vincent, so that's going to bring him back some more. It was 39.
No, it was decline. It was a false start.
False start,
okay. So it was before the play. So thankfully, the clock is still rolling. Now they playing against the play. They playing against the clock right now. 6 minutes left, but it's a lot of time because they still have the ball. It's 3rd down, 3rd and 18 right now.
6:15 15 to go here in the fourth quarter. Marshall back to throw.
Looking
he sees
for a screenplay. Gotta block that guy.
And the defense stuffed that out. It could be that's a takedown, but 58, no flag. But that was a pancake. And now we have an injured player, which is number 24, Milwaukee. Vincent, you hate to see that Kenny Payne with an injury as he's laying on the field, as the medic and the trainer will go out there to attend to him to see what's going on. So with that injury timeout, we'll take a timeout. This broadcast is brought to you by Bridgewater Performance, new training facility in Franklin. Top notch. They pretty much train all athletes, football, basketball, and soccer.
As a fitness expert, I've trained normal clients and athletes for multiple years, and I designed the perfect fitness program for you. This is ASF Baller Fitness. Whether you're the normal client getting ready for a marathon, or you just want to look great and get yourself in shape, or if you're the basketball athlete and you're looking to get conditioned for the upcoming season, work with ASF Baller Fitness, because this is the program just for you.
All right, injured player is Kenny Payne, and he's being helped off the field right now. And so, still a lot of time left, 6:01 left. And
so now, Craig, you got your Fab 3 is out. So now you got 2.
We got 2, right. And so what are you going to do with these 2?
You got Smith, but you still got that. You still got that little, the quick running back, number 2 from Vincent. Was that you still got Jordan back there? He's a scat back, a little smaller, a little quicker. I think screenplay right here. Quarterback run,
and he's taken down.
That's turnover on downs right there. Turnover on downs. St. Francis ball on the 20. Great defense. St. Francis snuffed out that screenplay. Quarterback could not throw the ball. Tried to run and got sacked. Great defense by St. Francis. Got 5 minutes left. Got to tell your team, we got a lot of time left. It's still 5 minutes. Right now, St. Francis, I don't think they're going to pass one more play.
And you're right. They're probably going to run the clock out 5 minutes. A little bit over 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. They're in field goal range for their kicker, and they have a sophomore kicker. And so they're going to run it until they can't run it anymore, and they probably settle for 3 points at this point in the juncture of the game. Probably is going to put Milwaukee Vincent out of the contention. But if you're a Viking fan, Viking coaching staff, you hate to have moral victories, but this is a great showing from a team that played the same team last year. Maybe the same results, but it was a different way they approached this game.
I agree, but the only thing I will say, Craig, is still 4 minutes left.
True,
Too much time.
A lot of time.
Too much time left right now to count any team out. A lot of time, 4 minutes left. I'll talk to you again when it shows a minute on the clock.
I'm not that announcer like, hey, we might as well get that bus running. This high school football, they're explosive. We've seen some explosiveness for both teams here in the second half, but you can't see them going 80 yards. But first they got to get some stops.
Got to get a stop.
And then you got less than 4 minutes left to get a score. So we'll see what this defense can do, get the offensive ball back. This is when Devontae Smith has to be an athlete and make something happen.
You got to make something happen.
A turnover, a strip, you go for the ball.
Oh, this is a bold call. This is a bold call.
And the ball is caught, and that may be no signal yet, but it looks like he hit the pylon.
What a catch.
Referees are talking it over. Looks like he's down right at the 1 yard line. No touchdown, but like you said, you might say it might not be over, but now after that play, I think St. Francis, they're trying to put the nail in the coffin with that play. We thought they was going to run the ball out.
That was a bold call. That was a bold call, but what I will tell him right now is he trusts his sophomore quarterback with his first start. that sophomore quarterback is really showing a lot right here for me, in my opinion. He's giving the ball in the right spot. He's handing off the ball when he needs to, and he's throwing great passes.
Timeout. I think, yeah, timeout on the field. St. Francis want to talk it over. 22-14, St. Francis inside the 10. They're inside the 5, actually, in scoring position. You're watching the Athlete Live Streaming Network here on the Athlete Streaming.
Multiple years, and I designed the perfect fitness program for you. This is ASF Baller Fitness. Whether you're the normal client getting ready for a marathon, or you just want to look great and get yourself in shape, or if you're the basketball athlete and you're looking to get conditioned for the upcoming season, work with ASF Baller Fitness, because this is the program just for you.
All right, welcome back to the Athlete Streaming Network here at Milwaukee Vincent Stadium, as Milwaukee Vincent is down 22-14 to St. Francis. 3:49 remaining here in the fourth quarter, and the St. Francis is knocking at the door to put more points on the board to really put this game away. I'm impressed with what I've seen from both teams for opening football night here in the City Conference. Non-conference game, but yes, two teams, one from the City Conference, the Blackburn. And we have a touchdown already right there as number 2 gets into the end zone. Yes, number 2, and that's Ishmael as he scores his first or second touchdown tonight, making it 28-14. And it looks like the St. Francis has traveled from the south side of Milwaukee to get a victory. But as you said, Tyrone, it's a lot of time left. I'm the type of person where if this was basketball, you're only down 9, you got 3 points. The three-point shot, it gets you back in the game. When you're down two scores with less than 4 minutes, it's tough.
With this kick, I'll set it out of contentions because, yes, and now they will be.
And that is a good field goal, making it 29-14, as the extra point is good by their sophomore kicker, Jaden Pascal, and makes it right there to score. You see it, 14-29. St. Francis with the lead.
Now you have 3 scores to score this ball, and now I will say that is out of reach unless something miraculous happens.
But if you're Vincent, you still want to fight.
You still want to score.
You're playing for next week too. Now, whatever you can do now can carry over to the next week, and you have to be a confidence. I mean, I know the coach won't say this if you're Shane Covington, but you got to be excited by the way your team played. Holding them 20-something points under what they had last year. And this is a team, St. Francis, that finished second in their division last year. So this is a good team, bringing a lot of players back besides the quarterback from last year's team. But you got to also think Vincent may not face the same type of competition night in, night out in the City Conference. So this is a great test for them from opening night for football.
I think so. I think that's a great call on that, Craig. I think they might not play a team this disciplined right away. And this team, a pretty good team like this. So as Shane, as Vincent coach right now, you're still pumping your guys up. You're still letting them think that, hey, we got a chance. Let's go. We can make this score. Let's make it quick. Let's play together. And you still got this. You still got Jordan back here who ran that 80-yarder.
That's true.
You still have an opportunity now. St. Francis makes you squib it. Oh, he kicked it.
Short little kick.
I'm giving it to my guy.
Takes a great bounce.
Great bounce. Got to pick it up.
And
running backwards, don't run backwards.
And he will be taken down.
Taken down right at the 12-yard line.
And so the Vikings offense, Joe Marshall and the guys have come on the field trying to get a quick score here if you're Milwaukee Vincent. And then you try for the onside kick if you can get a score with 3 minutes and 36 seconds here in the fourth quarter of the season opener for both teams.
Got 88 yards to go for Vincent to get a score. So this got to be quick. So it could be throw. The only problem with throwing the ball, Craig, is the clock stops.
Right.
Clock stops. Now you give St. Francis an opportunity to score again and run out the clock.
But also the thing about passing, Vikings offensive line has to hold up. Marshall drop back to throw. He's searching. Here comes the defense. Marshall up the middle. He's going to be taken down by number 30 for St. Francis, and that is Garrett Bogan with a great tackle as the clock keeps going. But that's the other thing. When you get a tackle like that, the clock keeps going.
Yeah, great tackle, great defense.
About a 2-yard carry.
Quarterback looking for somebody to throw the ball to.
2nd and 8.
Nobody's open. Now the quarterback is to the sideline. I don't know who's quarterbacking right now. It look like
You got to do, Mr. Smith is back there. So we got some Wildcat maybe coming on here.
Maybe. Could have some throws coming on. Can he throw the ball?
Smith takes a direct step. He's going to roll out to the left, gets a block, comes up the sideline, gets a couple yards and go out of bounds. Good 10 to 15-yard pickup right there. Clock was stopped. Smart move by Smith to run out of bounds. Now the clock stops.
First down run.
First down for the Vikings.
Good call.
About
Is he bringing the QB back in, or is he leaving Mr. Smith out there?
Up to the 35-yard line. It's a 19-yard run.
beautiful night for high school football.
Such a great night, Craig.
I love, this is my first high school, I don't think I covered too much high school football last year, a couple of Badger games, but it's something different when you play on a Friday night. And they will keep Smith as a quarterback, and he hands it off to number 2. That's Christensen. Only like the 3rd carry of the night for the young fella, and that was a great, great move to get out of bounds.
Great move to get back to that sideline. His shoe came off. He's putting it back on. Still running hard with his shoe off.
Placed right at
So goes out of bounds, stops the clock at 2:33. First down, ball on the 50-yard line, I think, right now, it looks like.
Yeah, right at midfield.
And they're keeping, I'm not sure if Marshall got hurt, but they're keeping Smith in at the quarterback position,
Keeping Smith in.
giving St. Francis a different look. I like this. This is how you get your best athlete the ball immediately. And a timeout will be called by Milwaukee Vincent as Coach Coverton wants to talk it over with his players as they're down 14-29, 2:33 left here on opening night high school football.
Man,
What's your best memory opening night for high school football? It's taking it back a couple years for you, but what's your best memory high school football, or your best memory of high school football?
Man, just thinking about, first of all, just being at the stadium, Craig, man, is such a great opportunity. I first want to just thank you, man, for having me come out here. Vincent, first game, man, this is my school, this is my place. Love being here, love the opportunity. But when I think back, I'll probably have to say we played Washington High School at Custer. And such a great game. Washington's coach now, Norwood, Dre Norwood was playing for Washington. Now he's Washington head coach at Washington right now. Played against them guys, and I mean, they were trying to bully us. We had such a good game, man, and I had a really good game. That game and the King game right at Custer, man, I remember. Mike Wilkes played for him, had him playing. You know, he's a basketball
guy, yeah.
Yeah, so those two
The
games
great Mike
really
Wilkes.
comes to my mind, yeah.
All right, here comes the Vikings. Here's Smith. He keeps it, knocks up over a couple of defenders before being taken down right before the 30-yard line. And he rumbles and stumbles. The offense is moving pretty good by the Vikings, getting the clock to stop. Only a couple of seconds off the play clock.
Now the short side field is your friend right now.
Yes,
Because you want to run, but then you also want to get out of bounds. And so these last 3 plays, Mr. Smith have kept the ball in his hand. He faked the sweep on that one, and he kept the ball to the short side of the field, took some guys with him on his back, and went out of bounds.
And once again, Smith stays in as quarterback. He's going to do a kind of a go into a pass to number 9. He's going to get into the end zone, and that's going to be scored by Marquel Thomas. He was the kid that dropped the ball earlier. I mistaken his name for number 9, Roberto Hernandez for St. Francis, but that was also Marquel Thomas, and he makes up for a quick score here. Only 40 seconds off the clock for that possession, and they did it pretty much running the ball into that last touchdown right there by Marquel Thompson. So your quarterback athlete, Devontae Smith, comes up big at the quarterback position.
Comes up huge.
They're going for a 2-point.
If we're going to lose this game, we're going to lose the game on Smith back, is what Coach said. So Coach put him at QB and said, hey, if we're going to lose, we're going to lose with him.
And he's able to get over for a 2-point conversion. So now very interesting. So tell that bus driver to turn the bus off because we have a game home. 22-29. And the Vikings are staying in this game with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. We have ourselves a great first night football on Friday Night Lights.
This is what I'm going to tell you. Without Coach making that decision to say, I need to keep the ball in my playmaker's hand, I'm going to put him at QB. Like you said, he's going to have the ball in his hand all the time.
And with high school football, that's what I would probably do all the time. I'm putting my best athlete. If he might be the best thrower, but he makes things happen because now the defense have to account for him. And that's how that pass to Markel Thompson, they had so much emphasis on trying to stop Devontae Smith. Markel was able to get behind the defense, and he was able to strike with a nice 15-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, he's a pretty big kid, too. What, 6'2" on there?
Yes, they have Devontae Smith down here as 6'1", 215.
6'1", 215. Big boy.
Big boy.
Like I told you before, one of my old students. Excited to see him playing high school football. Excited to see what's going to happen right here, too, Craig. We're going to have an onside kick. St. Francis got their guys up right now. Vincent got all their guys, most of their guys on the left side.
I'm a numbers guy, and so when I play Madden, I do my onside kick, it doesn't really work. As you know, I reference to Madden for everything. That's my football encyclopedia.
So now he's going to kick that thing to the right. He's going to kick it to the right here, onside kick, so let's see. He's going to make it bounce.
Oh, the good bounce. Let's take a good bounce.
Oh, great job by St. Francis.
Kick. That was a great kick. I can see why Smith is just labeled as an athlete. He does it all for these guys.
Great kick.
So St. Francis comes up with the onside kick there in great field goal position right at the 50, a little bit before the 50-yard, 45-yard line. 2:13 left. Vincent has a couple timeouts, so they can't stop the clock. But like you said, if you're St. Francis now, this is definitely run first, second, third, and fourth down mode right now for you.
Every single play. And you cannot let them get a first down. If they get a first down, game will be over.
Taken down by 5-yard gain right there for,
too many yards right there
for the runner. 2-minute warning.
Carry by number 2.
Or there may not be a 2-minute warning in high school football. I'm not quite sure. I haven't been here in a while. But the clock is continue going. Is that only NFL and college football? I play too much Madden.
I guess it is.
Once again, no 2-minute warning here in high school.
But
so
they are going to waste every single second they have off the clock.
And I'm surprised. This is a beautiful stadium, but I do not see the clock on the scoreboard. So how do they know? Is it 30 seconds they run off? And he's going to – oh, that second push may get him right over for the first down, and that might be it, Tyrone. That second push for the offensive line to get St. Francis.
Yes, sir. Now at St. Francis, all you do now is you take a knee.
So, first down, 6-yard gain. Timeout, or the clock will start once the clock will start for the first down. So that's looks like
down it. That's a victory. When you see that
that's victory formation.
That's a victory formation. Right
I know all about that. Once again. So, they take a knee on first down. Looks like they're going to run the clock out. Vincent can't stop the clock. I think they're out of timeouts. Yes, they're out of timeouts. So,
timeouts, use them all up. Hey,
but
Craig, this is a great week of football. Excited for Vincent and excited for the new stadium.
All right, so we'll have Tyrone Brown catch up with one of the players at halftime. I mean, at the end of the game, player of the game. We'll probably go with the young for the quarterback. Yep. So, Milwaukee Vincent on opening night would take a knee and take a loss to open up this beautiful new stadium as St. Francis come all the way here into Milwaukee Vincent territory to get the 29-22 victory, but great effort by both teams. Both teams played an amazing game. You got to tip your hats off to the Vincent Vikings for coming back and playing such an outstanding game, but St. Francis was a little bit too much on this night. But if you look at the score from last year, great game. Coming up, we'll have the player of the game, the Athlete Network streaming player of the game, brought to you by Bridgewater Performance. And I think it's going to be a young quarterback from St. Francis, Carter Ellison, making his first start, and he was able to lead his team to victory. So Vincent, 22, St. Francis, 29. And both teams played a great game here on opening night for high school college football in the state of Wisconsin. And make sure you tune in to the Athlete Network each and every Friday as we will bring you games of the week from around the Milwaukee area and the state of Wisconsin as we kick off our first inaugural high school football season. Every game will start with a 20 to 15-minute pregame show leading up to a 7 o'clock tip-off. So our very own Tyrone Rowan will have head coach, our star player of the game for St. Francis, Carter Ellison.
Crazy dude here, I'm like caught up in emotion. 7's hard to contain. And it was just a willpower thing. It was I'm glad, this sounds weird, but I'm glad the game worked out this way because this is such a great teaching tool for us to learn to face adversity. Had the game been one way or another where one team was blowing out the other, what you got, but now we can build on this game because we were pushed to the end. And I'm just looking at it as it's a way to make us better.
Absolutely. Great job. Thank you, Coach. Carter, sophomore. We got Carter here, sophomore. Thank you. Tell me about your first start, man. How you feeling?
It was kind of crazy, but I'm just really happy that we won, and it was pretty fun.
I was surprised that Coach called, I think it was third down, he called that rollout pass, and I was like, I think it was fourth down maybe, and I was like, that was a bold play. You seen your guy, you didn't run it, you threw that ball. How did you feel about Coach calling that play?
I was really excited because I knew that he was going to be open. All game he was there, so I was just trusting my teammates.
Good, and so who do you guys got next?
Thomas Moore.
Excited to kind of play this other one here. You want to know your first start. You want to know how you feel about next week.
We need to take every game the same. Just go into every defense the same. We just got to win. Play our game.
Hey, have a great practice, man. Great job today.
Thank you.
All righty. Hey, taking it back up to Craig. Hey, great job, Milwaukee Vincent. Great field, great opportunity to just kind of get better. I know the score is 29-22, but I promise you last year the score was 49-zip. This year you really showed out. I know you didn't come up with the win, but I hope next week you practice harder and try to get a W. Thank you from the athlete. Hey, have a great time. We're having a great Friday, high school football.
Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. I'm super magnetic, bring the championship to me. Super with exclusives, hit the link and you can see what it takes to be a top athlete. Coast to coast we going, so to come up you can see. From the court to the field to the track we can meet. Everything exclusive, straight behind the scenes. This the athlete. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams. Now let's talk about the athlete. The path is like a track meet. Distractions in the crowd, you gotta master that within thee. Passion in the how, you put it down, then we'll see the difference between the others and the athlete. You must subscribe to Focus, click the link and notice. All the flyers culture, all in sports you know it. We always thinking forward to the biggest moment. Welcome to the show is the athlete. I'm jumping for my dreams, Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams, Athletic, I'm jumping for my dreams.